It does seem weird. There's nothing inherently against being a student. I think the best heroes are always students. So I think there is some element of interchangeability in there. But what I've come to understand is that words matter. And there are words that we use, and I say we as the collective in society, in our culture. There are words that automatically trigger people to believe one thing. When I was working with this Fortune 500 companies, and we'd go work with an organization, and I've got 5 different generations operating side by side in the workplace. That has never happened before. It was never really supposed to happen. But what happens is, I say leadership. Should we have good leadership here? And everybody goes, yes. Everybody wants leadership. You bet. Cool. Well, when you have the generation from the traditional generation, and you have the boomer generation, you have Gen X, and you have millennials, and you have Gen Z, and they're all working together in the organization, that might be 5 very different definitions of what leadership actually means. We need to define terms. Socrates says the beginning of wisdom is the definition of the terms, right? So we got to define that. So when we say student, there is a cultural understanding of what a student is. And that cultural understanding usually is somebody who needs to sit down, be compliant, be obedient, and have somebody else who is further along than them do something to them, force something into them, whether they want it or not, and then they inherently have to regurgitate it back to show that they're paying attention. And we go, yes, here we go. All right, so that's what student means to a lot of people in their mind. When you say hero, it forces them to have to go, well, what does that mean? How do we define that? So then we get everybody on the same page early, because we go, well, this is what we think that means. We think a hero is somebody who they're on that hero's journey, right? Like Joseph Campbell's monomyth kind of 12-step cycle, like they're on that journey. And if that's the case, then we know there's different elements there. We know that they're going to, at some point, like refuse the call. We know that they're going to need a mentor, not necessarily a teacher, but a mentor to guide them along this journey. They know they're going to meet other travelers along the way. We know they're going to face something hard. We know they're going to face something that tests them. We know they're going to be put to the fire, but if they come out the other side, they're going to have that magic elixir, and they're going to bring that back, and they're going to be able to bring that to somebody else and lift somebody else up, and they're going to be able to change society because of it. And we also know that that's a cycle, and it means they're going to be a better version of themselves, but then the cycle starts again. So when we say hero, we're alluding to that. A journey that more mimics what life actually demands, versus when we say student, that implies somebody's going to do something to me. There's going to be a very short, narrow box of checks that I need to go ahead and I need to check that off, check that off, check that off. Ta-da, I'm done. As if now I'm educated, or now I'm ready for, or now I've arrived. Life never works that way. School works that way. Life doesn't work that way. That's why we say hero instead of student.